Hello, David. Nice to see you today. Let's discuss something interesting, like opening a bank account in UAE. I know you have some questions. Tell me.
Right, Alex, my honor and pleasure to meet you today in this podcast. I believe for all our audience, for all our investors and our colleagues as well, it's a very interesting topic to discuss today about bank accounts here in UAE. Lots of the people, they migrating here, they're starting their career, they're starting their living here in this country. So we have like the mixed nationalities here in UAE, like 90% of all the people here, we are from the other countries. So how does it work? Like in terms of the bank account, the bank system, if I just came to this country and I wanted to open my bank account here. So the general topic is clear. Yep, so just let's start first, like how does it work for the people who doesn't have their Emirates ID here, they're unemployed, and they just came there. So how they can establish their bank account?
Well, from one point of view, it's quite easy. Like you live in London, you decided to come to UAE and open here a bank account. Maybe you don't even own a property here, but let's say you are having a bank account in HSBC in London. So they have a branch here in Dubai, so you can just easily visit the HSBC branch here. You will show the profile of the customer. You will show the UK bank account. I think everything will be done pretty much easy
What
and
about the
straightforward.
countries who don't have this international bank system? Like for instance, post-Soviet Union countries, for instance, they don't have this HBC banks. Yep. So what is this case?
Basically, almost every country, they can open a bank account here. So even without Emirates ID, so you will just need your passport. I think you will need something like a person profile. I think you will just show your bank account statement from your country, translate it to the language. You will write down in your profile like what is the source of your funds, where are you employed or you own a business, so something like this.
All right. What the basic requirements? For instance, because a couple of weeks back we had a case when one of my families, which are my clients, they already bought the properties here in UAE 2 years back under the husband's name. So the husband is owning the properties here, and the wife, she hasn't. All right, and we tried to get the bank account here, but what was said, like in case if you don't have the Emirates ID. Yep, like for instance, my client, she's from post-Soviet Union country. Without naming the country, she's from post-Soviet Union country. All right, and we found that it was quite difficult to find a bank who is like literally can open the bank account in case without the Emirates ID. So what's your case about, what's your clarification about this case? Like what's your recommendation? Maybe you know some particular bank who gonna to help us with this target.
I won't mention any particular bank names here, but I can tell you that we have quite a big amount of banks. So some of them, they work with this type of clients or with that, let's say, type of clients. But I would suggest you also to use the help of someone like a mortgage advisor or someone from the bank sector, some bank advisor. So you can try go in by yourself and just open the bank account, but maybe some company will make some service for you. You will get some help. So mainly it's just because you will need to be experienced to provide a certain amount of documents. Like for example, you bought an apartment here, and but you don't have Emirates ID. You already investment in some off-plan properties, but you don't have the Emirate ID. And you are going to the bank and saying, okay, in the future, I will be renting out this apartment, and for that, I will require a bank account. And they will say, okay, no problem, we will open you a bank account, but please provide us the proof of funds, with which funds you bought this property. Provide us your profile, like where are you working back in your country, what is the source of funds. So if everything is pretty much straightforward, you will have your bank account, maybe in a month, maybe in 2, just depending how long it will take for bank to check everything.
All right, pretty much clear. Thank you for clarifications. I got your point. Okay, so what about the time frame? Like based on your cases, I believe you already opened some bank accounts for your clients. Like, what is the duration of the corporate procedure to establish the bank account for the first time there?
Well, usually when you're opening your bank account, it takes like, let's say, around 1 month. In some cases, maybe 2 months, as I told you, just depending on how long they have to check everything. Maybe you have to prepare the tax declarations because, for example, whenever a customer is from the United States of America, they are paying their taxes back in USA. They have to state their United States citizens, and so maybe the procedure is quite a bit different. Whenever you are coming from UK or from some European country, maybe you have international contract where that you're working in some international company. Maybe the process will be a bit faster. But anyway, just depending on the client, it can take 1 week, it can take 2 weeks, it can take a couple months or 1 month.
Depending on client's profile,
just
yeah?
dependent. So I would say everything is very easy when you are opening a bank account in UAE.
All right. And just in case, like, for instance, you got the Emirates ID, for instance, you are employed in United Arab Emirates, you got your bank account, for instance, like First Abu Dhabi Bank, for instance, and suddenly you decided to leave the country, like, for 1 year, for instance, and you're gonna to go out. Yep. So your Emirates ID is cancelled. What in this case is happening with the bank account?
So, okay, well, with the Emirates ID, you have to constantly visit the UAE. If you are not living here, let's say for half a year, your visa will be cancelled.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to visit the UAE if you are not living
For
here.
instance, you already left. Like, for instance, you have the visa, you have the Emirates ID. Then you were terminated from your job, for instance, and you decided to go out for 1 year. But you still have the bank account which was established previously. Yep. So I mean, like, how long does this account going to be active before the bank will terminate your bank account here in Dubai?
You are getting the notices, like from the mobile operator, from your bank, to provide the new Emirates ID. You will still have your bank account here as long as your, I think, interests they lie here in the field of UAE. And the bank, it sees that you are constantly living here. I think in any country, if you are not living in a country, your bank account might be cancelled in a certain period of time.
Yeah.
If it's not active.
All right. For instance, you are living here, you have the job here, you have the, for instance, the mortgage here, or the auto loan here, for instance. So you have the obligations in this country, and you have bank account, and you left the country, you are not living here. So how they will terminate your bank account?
So they will not use, they will not terminate it, as I told you, because it's just a standard. You have obligations, so no country is terminating your bank account. Why would they?
Yeah.
If everything is clear, everything is official, everything is normal. So I'm just telling, just maybe some cases, well, as always, I have never seen such cases.
Just, well, like, I already had some sort of questions like this. You are more, like, knowledgeable in terms of this field for now. So, like, for instance, the person, he came to Dubai, he took the obligations from the bank, he left for some time there, but then he decided to leave the country, for instance, for 1 or 2 years and come back there in the future. So in this case, he can hold his bank account in the UAE to live somewhere around, and his bank account is still active here in Dubai.
So as I told you again, and I will repeat, if you left the country, maybe you are not living in UAE, so your bank account will always and forever, let's say, stay active. Unless, for example, maybe the bank will require some KYC, know your customer, like what's going on after 1 year, where are you working, what are you doing, maybe you are sending some money to bank account, and you have to refresh your maybe passport, maybe another KYC, and the client is not answering. So if the client continuously is not answering, so maybe the bank, yes, in any country of this world, he can cancel the bank account. So it's only something like this. So basically, the bank will never cancel your account if everything is okay. You're constantly replying, uploading new documents, and everything. So
True.
So as easy it is to open the bank account here in UAE, as easy it is always to reply to your bank in order they are asking for some international laws compliance to provide some documents, updated documents, and whatever.
All right, Alex, could you please summarize us in just a few sentences if we're going to open the bank account here in the UAE, what is the procedure and what are our next steps there?
Okay, I would say how to open and why would you need to open a bank account in UAE. So if you bought here property and you will rent it out, you will get the payments to UAE bank account. If you are selling the property, you have to get the manager checks and the payment to your UAE bank account. So you have to open it.
Yeah, the quick question, if like previously we had discussed already about the manager checks, like I can get the payment for my selling apartments only by the check, right?
Correct.
So the cash is not the option, for sure.
Okay, sure.
So in case if I don't have any bank account here, so I'm holding the properties, but I didn't establish it my visa, and I did not open the bank account. So what in this case? Do I can get this manager check and to get the funds
No.
from the ATM or not?
No, the manager check can be deposited only to local UAE bank account. Well, opening bank account, as I told you, is very easy and straightforward.
But not always. Like if I'm from the post-Soviet Union country, I already tried that with my client. So if you don't have the Emirates ID, it may be like the quite long process to establish the bank account.
Well, in these cases, I would recommend you to work with a financial advisor because maybe it was not the point that the bank, they decided not to give you some information. Maybe it was the way the bank decided not to open the bank account. Maybe it was the way the information was presented to the bank. So it have to be presented very much clear. And the proper financial advisor, he will tell you that if this person is from some post-Soviet country and maybe it's not that easy for him to open a bank account. So someone should just advise you the way it should be. Maybe the KYC form was not filled in correctly. Maybe the profile of the client was not filled in correctly.
But at the 100% information, I cannot deposit the manager check without having the bank account in the UAE, right?
Yes, for sure. You have to deposit the manager checks to your own bank account.
Sure. Just in case I have the certain bank account from the certain bank in the UAE and I'm the seller. And my buyer has the other brand of the bank, the other bank. And I got the manager check from the other bank. I wanted to deposit it and I cash it on my bank account, which is different. Yeah, so what about the charges in this way?
There are no charges at all. You're just taking your manager checks, you go to the ATM or to the cashier desk, and that's it. You just deposit your manager check. Because, for example, the person who wrote you the manager check through his bank account, he already paid some fees in his bank. If I'm not mistaken, let's say around 500 dirhams it is.
All right, fully clear. Thank you for clarifications.
So I would assume they finalize everything. So opening bank account in UAE is very easy, pretty much straightforward. Person, even without Emirates ID, can open here a bank account. It will take from several days to maybe months. But if you already purchased a property here and you want to rent it out, but still you don't have Emirates ID, you can go to the bank. You can tell that I have already acquired a property on the off plan and a new constructed building, and I need a bank account for the future, maybe to make payments, or maybe to rent the apartment out. So the bank will also open you a bank account, just depending on the bank. Different banks. They have different KYC policy and so on. But I would suggest you working with a proper financial advisor who will help you opening the bank account.
Sounds pretty much clear, yeah. All right.
So thank you, David.
Thank you, Alex.
See you in
for
the future.
clarifications. Yeah, it was very beneficial for all of us. Yep, so thank you for coming.
Yes, and for our viewers, please click subscribe on our channel. If you like our content, we'll be posting more and more updates of Dubai properties, Dubai districts in the future.